Welcome to Star Citizen and to a preview of the new Argo SRV, the tugboat in the verse. And in addition, we take a look at the new ship tractor beams that the verse has achieved. And this for almost all ships. In the current test environment, the 3.21.1, the Argo SRV is the new supporter in the verse. Officially in the role of a light salvage, the supporter is the towing service in the verse. Because the Argo SRV offers a special feature that no ship currently offers, namely the possibility to tow other ships. We do not use any armament or additional features. And in the area of component equipment, we rely entirely on Size 2 industrial versions. A special feature are the 6 rotatable VTOL thrusters, which can not only push a massive thrust, but can also give it up by choice. And that is of course a prerequisite for a towing vehicle. The SRV is categorized in Size 3 and offers room for 1 crew member. And this pilot not only controls the ship, but also the huge tractor beam. This makes it possible to tow significantly larger ships and transport them to a new location, and also with quantum jumps. And of course, we can also increase the thrust of larger capital ships by pulling them or pushing them in front of us. In the typical orange Argo design, the Argo SRV promises industrial charm. We get access via the passenger elevator, which leads directly into the cockpit area, which is also with the launch area. The entire rear area of the ship consists only of engines and the arm assist tractor rig. This should offer unparalleled control and precision for tractor tasks, and together with the manufactured max tractor plate, the Argo SRV should be able to handle effortlessly large and huge payloads. So the perfect companion for large cargo pieces or hauling tasks. The SRV is based on a 3-point landing gear and also has a cargo area which should hold up 10 SCU. Here we have a separate elevator, and this cargo area is completely separated from the complete crew area. However, we also find an inner panel in the cargo elevator to avoid a lock-in. So we are not helplessly delivered if we get lost in the cargo elevator. The interior area, which leads directly to the cockpit via the passenger elevator, houses the components as well as the cockpit area with a good all-around view. Here we find 2 MFDs in the upper area and a central control unit. In the one-man crew accommodation area, we find everything we need for longer excursions. An extensive weapon compartment, a closet for suits, a sanitary facility, and a small table with place for 2. In addition, a bed which also serves as an escape capsule and a small kitchen. We can activate the tractor beam phalanx with the short key M, and directly via the control panel we have access to the remote view. Here we not only have the remote view but also the new tractor beam display in the cockpit. This shows us in the left area the range of our tractor beam, the alignment, which is marked with the green circle and the cross, as well as the G-forces. In the right area, a small radar display where our destination is located, and of course also that affects our tractor beam. Here, the corresponding ship movements or those of the tractor beam are implemented according to the payload, whereby, depending on the steering movement, some considerable forces can occur on our tractor beam and the energy supply of it. And if the forces that occur exceed our performance, our load can become insecure, or we can even lose it. Therefore, it is recommended not to make too large steering movements, especially with a docked ship or a corresponding load. In this case, our tractor beam oscillates slowly, and through corresponding counter movements we can align our target correct. And of course, we have the option to transport our cargo or docked ship also in quantum. But the use of the tractor beam is still worth improving, because the penetrating permanent sound gives us a wonderful acoustic feedback that our tractor beam works. But you should give at least the hearing protection to every Argo SRV, because the sound is quite disturbing on long flights. But not only the Argo SRV has kept its tractor beam as the main mechanism, but also other ships, as the newly introduced Crusader Spirit C1. This also has a rail system analogous to the A1 on which we can drive the tractor beam. But almost all other ships which should have a tractor beam, according to the configuration, have received it, and this has really a huge impact on the game. So a considerable added value for most ships equipped with such a tractor beam. Analogous to the operation of the Argo SRV, we also have a display in the tractor beam views of the ships about the range, the maximum load and the load of our tractor beam. There are different variants for this, depending on the ship, either with remote turrets as with the Spirit C1 or with the Constellation Taurus, a maneuverable tower with the corresponding tractor beam. And here we are already able to test some different ship variants. So the Cutlass Black also received its tractor beam, although it's currently not really usable, because when the tail ramp is opened, we do not see the loading space with it. And also with the Cutlass Black, we have the option of returning to the tractor beam via remote control on the co-pilot seat. But also other classic ships have also finally received their tractor beams, for example the Drake Caterpillar. This now has its tractor beams available on both sides and can use them. However, the positions, especially on older ships, are sometimes not fully usable yet. Newer representatives such as the Consolidated Outland and Nomad can better access their cargo from there. But this is still a first test version, so adjustments and tweaks are to be expected. The ship's tractor beam mechanisms work here analogously to the multi-tool. So we hold the Alt key and with the mouse wheel we can pull objects. And with the hold of the R key we can rotate them. But the tractor display is new, where we can see the size of the object, the position and the power. And salvaging ships have also received an update. As example, the Drake Vulture has received a tractor beam module, which replaces one abrade on the left side. With this, we can now hold our salvaging targets in the future, rotate them and move them accordingly. And this simplifies the salvaging process considerably and we can increase our efficiency. But there was another ship, the Crusader Spirit C1, which we present to you in a separate video.